The additional electricity consumption per household would surge significantly if the average U.S. home adopted electric vehicles, or EVs. Congressman Thomas Massie, an electrical engineer, highlighted this issue during a discussion with Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, regarding President Biden's plan for 50% of U.S. car sales to be electric by 2030. Massie pointed out that the current and future power grids in most regions couldn't support the equivalent of running 25 refrigerators per household. California, for example, is already struggling with its existing grid load. He argued that the widespread adoption of EVs is a dangerous fantasy driven by political agendas rather than sound engineering principles. Despite this, many governments, media outlets, academic institutions, large corporations, and celebrities are promoting an imminent transition to EVs as if it were inevitable. However, this push appears to be an attempt to manufacture public consent for what could be an enormous scam. Here are 3 reasons why the push for EVs raises serious concerns. Firstly, EVs are not as environmentally friendly as claimed. Although the central premise is that EVs help reduce carbon emissions by using electricity instead of gasoline, over 60% of the electricity in the U.S. is generated from hydrocarbons like oil, coal, and gas. Additionally, the extraction and processing of materials needed for EV production are energy-intensive and environmentally damaging, often occurring in countries with lax environmental regulations like China. Secondly, EVs cannot compete without substantial government support. The U.S. government has subsidized EVs through various incentives, amounting to at least $393 billion in taxpayer money. Even with these subsidies, EVs are still significantly more expensive than gasoline vehicles. Without such support, the EV market would likely collapse. Finally, EVs have the potential to serve as tools for surveillance and control. They generate large amounts of data, which governments can easily access. This capability could be integrated into broader systems of surveillance and control, limiting individual freedom and independence. In conclusion, the push for EVs is not just about promoting green technology. It is also about establishing control over personal mobility and energy use. Critics argue that this is part of a larger strategy by global elites to control essential resources and limit individual choices, aligning with broader agendas like the Great Reset. Given these concerns, it's essential to scrutinize the motivations behind the push for EVs and consider the implications for freedom and independence.